Oh, looks like we are live streaming. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Naruto Chase channel. I'm your boy. I'm the boy, Narik Chase, and with me, Miss Madam B. And we are doing another Madam B and Narik reviews. And of course, the topic of discussion this time is Naruto Shippuden the Movie, The Lost Tower. Now, I'm not sure which movie this is because Naruto does have like 12 movies, maybe more than that actually. But in the story of this film, Naruto ends up getting sent back in time to this city while pursuing this one bad guy, and this, of course, is threatening the the ninja world in the future because he has to stop the bad guy in the past, and of course he ends up bumping into his father and his queen of this city, so they all got to work together to unravel this mystery and stop this bad guy. Of course, now, what are your initial thoughts on it before we get into breaking it down?
Well, to me, it was pretty good. Like the fighting, of course, some of it. But overall, a good story to me. It's pretty good. Going back and at the end, he did know that was his dad, right? Or he was kind of
They kept alluding to it,
okay.
but yeah, they knew
Well,
about
it was good to see him work alongside. Well, we know it's his father.
work.
Okay, yeah, you're right. We didn't get to see much of him, but work alongside his dad, who was the fourth Hokage. See, I know.
I'm going to be honest. I did not like
Here
this
we
one.
go.
This movie was really disappointing to me, and it was disappointing for a lot of reasons. But we'll walk down the fine line on this one. All right. As far as the story goes, it was actually not a bad story. Yeah, had a good pacing to it, and then the bad guy kind of going back in time, which is kind of a stretch because if it was that easy to go back in time, I'm quite sure one of the other bad guys in the series would probably do the same thing. Probably Orochimaru of all of them because he does like
Yeah,
he's known
he's
for
mastered some
forbidden jutsus
some
and stuff.
stuff.
So it's like, okay, why Orochimaru wasn't the one that did it, but hey, okay,
I mean,
fine.
when they had to expand, I don't know who Mikado is. They
I about to say they never really explained who that fool is.
right, they showed him high up on the tower, and he they got a lot of bad names for him. He is not a good guy.
Now, this Mikado cat is the main antagonist of the film, and probably one of the weakest ones that I've seen. Now, we'll watch the Wheel of Fire, and that's a whole lot of discussion right there too with that bad guy or bad girl. We can't tell. Bad it. I don't know what it was, but anyways, this probably one of the weakest villains. It was cool seeing someone that can use puppets because Kankuro, Sasori, and it was like I can't remember the other the chick's name that can use puppets. But I do find that their technique is really fascinating, and I do like some of the stuff that he did do with his puppets and stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. It was a puppet masters and puppet jutsus, and they made him pretty. I don't want to say badass because he
I
really
mean,
wasn't
it was
threatening.
the puppets. It was a lot of like it was the whole town puppets.
Yeah, we're gonna spoil this right now. Spoilers right now. The whole town, this whole big city, it looked like something out of Steamboy or Metropolis. And it's like this, like if you watch any of the other Naruto, this is probably the most advanced looking city out of all of them. It's got like machinery and all of that stuff in it, and it's huge. So he is like the advisor to the queen, but he's controlling all of these puppets that are pretty much the citizens of the people. His main goal is you utilize the resources there and the manual labor there and all of that, as well as that whatever that whale of chakra was
Yeah.
to build this army to wage war on the ninja world and take over everything. A weak villain. One of this weak villains freaking sucks. It sucks ass. I did not give a damn about this character in the effing slightest. I hated this guy.
Maybe if it would have been a little he would have been a little bit more menacing if he somehow had, instead of using puppets as the townspeople, it was he had the townspeople under his control, or they were just too scared of him to do anything. But it was like a whole city full of puppets.
But this is the thing I don't understand. It was a whole city full of puppets. We didn't see a whole bunch of people. That's one thing I remember. You saw the slave labor that they had on there. It was like 20 people,
Yeah.
and then the rest of the movie was like 20 people. And I was like, so you got this big old city, and y'all didn't notice that there's more than 20. It looks like a couple, like 100,000 people could be there, but the film only.
He was using the humans to help power all of that, and the puppets out in the city.
Which I don't understand why you just didn't get rid of the people and just use the puppets, because you ain't got to worry about the puppets wearing out and stuff.
Yeah, true.
But okay, okay. Like I did not understand that, and him and the queen is this little girl, of course. And if you watch any of the Naruto movies, Naruto's always got to deal. And this the Naruto movies where Naruto is dealing with some like princess or a chick or something. They always hate him at first, and then end up being like his best friend at the end of the movie. So that story doesn't change. Um, you get Minato in the film. You get Choji's father. You get Shino's father.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do shit the entire movie. You get one kind of cool fight with Choji's dad and Shino's dad, but that's it. That is it. And the disappointing aspect, most disappointing character and subplot is Minato. Because you see, the way that it comes off is okay. Not only is Naruto got to find this bad guy and stop him, but he's also having to deal with this queen as well and his father.
Like he's got to do that all himself because um, they can't interfere with it because it might do something bad for the future.
Well, not just it, no, they could, but he had to be very careful of the knowledge that that they would say. So he can't say, "Oh, this person's gonna die," and you know what I'm saying. Then they try. But the thing about it was that Minato had no, like they did not play that story up. The whole time you're wanting them to connect.
Mm-hmm.
You want them to work together. You want them to fight. You want them to
Well,
grow a relationship.
that's what the thing was. I thought that it was going to be about them actually connecting, but it wasn't.
Yeah, and then at the ending of it, yeah, came down to that. That's what you wanted to see, but there was no build up for it. There was literally no build up. Minato was the most AWOL character in this freaking movie. There was less. Minato was. This is how much screen time Minato had. He had less screen time than the people that got turned into puppets. The puppet people. He had less screen time than them. And the whole time, for people that have seen Naruto Shippuden and know a little bit more about his character and the things that he can do, you would be thoroughly disappointed. He does not do any of that cool shit in this movie. I was like, are you freaking serious? They play it up like he will, but they don't. They just leave you high and dry. High and dry.
Of course, I don't know much about anime, but I didn't like the part where Jiraiya showed what's his name?
Minato.
Naruto's father. His Rasengan, and then at the end of the movie, he was like, "Okay, I mastered it," but he's like, Minato said, "I've mastered Jiraiya's jutsu," but he just said he mastered it. Like he just finally got it. So how could he? How could he learn it like just that quick?
No, what they did was they played up that anime trope. Because in Dragon Ball Z, Master Roshi, you know Goku's Kamehameha signature move. It took Master Roshi, I think, 50 years to do it. And Goku, when a kid, as soon as he saw it one time, he did it. He just did it.
Well,
so they try to play it up like he's a genius, and he kind of, even though you're right.
Look how long it's supposed to get stronger from generation to generation. Look how long it took Naruto to learn it.
Mm-hmm. So the thing about it is, and I agree with you on that, is like, okay, if they were to establish, like this is what I think they should have did. Had him and Naruto had two different storylines. That way you're following both characters. And that way when Jiraiya does talk about it, you can see him trying to use it or something.
Mm.
When Naruto uses it, he's like, okay, so that's how he's doing it. Let me try to copy it or something. You would be developing both character storylines. The problem is they do not give Minato no justice whatsoever. They did not give a damn about that character. He might as well not been in the movie. Uh, the guy, not Nagato, I think it's Yamato. The guy that went into the time warp with him,
Mm-hmm.
he got pulled into,
Yeah.
completely shitting on his character too. How you gonna pull this man to the time portal and all this stuff goes down? He's not nowhere to be seen, and he literally shows up at the end of the freaking movie.
Yeah, he does.
He don't show up during none of the fighting. None of Minato and his crew found him. Kakashi was in the movie. Kakashi had more to do than either both of these. Yamato.
All right, Kakashi was kind of badass, even as like that age. It's like, of course, he had a little mask.
But I just don't understand if it was such an important mission. Why did they bring Kakashi? Why didn't they bring any one of the other characters?
He said. You remember that he said he told who was it? The third Hokage that he see potential in him, and so he want to take him along.
But no, but if you think about it, it's like, but what significance did it have? You didn't see them bonding. I mean, you know, he's his sensei, but you didn't see him bonding with him or anything like that. You didn't see Naruto bonding with him either. So it's like, what was the of all the characters? Why him? See, like whoever thought about this is an interesting premise, but you're an idiot. You did not write this well at all. And then Sakura finally does something. I'm like, okay, Sakura's gonna go in and she's gonna, and then they basically written her out because Sai saved her, quote unquote saved her when she jumped in. And I was like, okay, Sakura's jumping in. She's not looking stupid anymore. She's actually gonna help.
Mm.
And then they wrote her out. I was like, oh my gosh, did they just do that? Did they just do that?
What I guess they were trying to focus on Naruto reuniting with his dad, and nothing.
There was not even that.
No, nothing.
I can understand them having a storyline where Naruto is trying to help this woman save her kingdom. Fine.
Then you should have a moment where the Minato and Naruto are actually kind of talking instead of, no, you stay right here. I'll do this. You go here.
And you don't even see what he does.
Right.
Which is stupid because it's like, okay, all the important shit is happening here. What do you got to do that's more important?
Mm-hmm. And even though he had no memory of it, I guess when he woke up, but still, maybe a little pinch of something that said, okay, I did kind of take something from this, from whatever, my dream or whatever. So, no, I wanted to see them bonding. I don't know nothing about Minato.
Yeah, and don't sit there and try to play this over like, well, Naruto got to stick with his father, and they about to bond. They bond to try to save the future, and I'm like, no, because look, if they're gonna do this, they should have just played to where, okay, yeah, he might have met his mom, he might have met his dad. I don't mind the fact Minato erased his memory. Okay, fine, I do that. But it's like you could have put it to where he met his father. He met his father. He's helping the princess. His father is trying to, deal with his family as well as try to help the princess as well. They should just split that into two totally different two storylines, and that would have helped. That would have helped right there build it. Like maybe he would have been like, I forgot the wife's name. He'd be like, "Hey, sweetheart, I met this new young ninja. He's cool. He's awesome." And then maybe she looked at Naruto one time and be like, "He looks just like you." That right there would put a little bit more depth into the story. Let's get into just
what
like
did you think about what are you talking about, the monster? Yeah.
this puppet guy.
He was hard to kill.
He had this weird connection with this well of infinite chakra. I can't remember what it was called, but and this is why I said like the stuff that he was doing with the puppets was pretty cool. But I don't like him because I wanted to see him do some jutsus. I want to see some actual fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're there, you want to see some action. The only action you're going to get in the movie is when Naruto first gets there, and all of those puppets started attacking him.
Mhm.
And I have to say, this is literally one of the lamest. Like these are the, you like Naruto's fights. This is you're gonna be disappointed because he sucks in this movie. He does. Who I don't know who the hell wrote this, but they wrote him to just suck. There are moments where he's fighting multiple opponents, and in the one technique you think he would use, his signature technique that would easily get him the advantage he never uses. And when he does use it, he uses it in the sorriest fashion. We just got through watching The Wheel of Fire. He did a shadow clone jutsu with like a couple. It looked like a couple hundred of them.
Multi shadow.
Yeah, the multi shadow clone jutsu. It's like a couple of hundred of them. You don't see that in this movie. Like, and the Rasen Shuriken. Like I said, I don't know specifically which and what timeline this is supposed to be in of the film. I mean, all we know is it's in the Shippuden. But the problem is with this movie, it has concepts, ideas, does not take it far enough. It doesn't go through with them. I was really disappointed. I was so pissed off. The only two things that I thought were great about this movie was the animation style, as well as the music, and I guess you could say the voice performances too. Now, the bad guy, the end fight was he turns into this big giant puppet.
This big, fat, bulky, like can't hardly move. But what? No, he wasn't.
It was like a centipede, like the bottom half
He
of
had
him
many
was.
forms. Remember?
Yeah, at first he was like a spider, then he turned into an even bigger spider, and then he turned into an even bigger spider, and then he turned into this big
Centipede.
half golem, half centipede thing, which that was stupid. And okay, you're thinking again, Minato and Naruto is gonna bust out some nice, sweet ass jutsus. You're thinking everybody's gonna do some jutsus here and there. You're thinking Yamato is gonna do some jutsus. He don't. And what the hell was Kakashi doing the whole fight?
He came in at the end.
And what was the excuse Yamato was in the movie? Kakashi found him knocked
Yeah, he said he got
out.
knocked out.
By who? I can understand if they, because remember I thought, okay, who is making the puppets? And I'm like, okay, Yamato can do wood techniques. So I'm like, okay, maybe he captured him and is forcing him to use wood jutsu to make the puppets.
Right.
That would have made for a better storyline.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? That ain't what happened. This movie. I'm sorry. I love Naruto. I like Naruto Shippuden as well. This is literally one of the worst anime movies I've ever seen. But before I get on to that, what do you think about the girl?
Um. Well, she. Well, I would say she kind of reminded me of Sakura. Well, you know how Sakura acts. She acts all angry, and then she like slaps, and then the girl, she didn't. The princess, she didn't thank Naruto for saving her. And then all of a sudden, at the end, she's this big old, she's this warrior wanting to go for her people, and she had to strip her clothing just to make a point. Like,
I thought she stabbed herself.
I'm talking about when she did that, and then it was like, I'm ready for my people. I'm like,
I thought it was a good. I mean, if you watch movies like this, you're like, okay, yeah, it's cliche. She was pretty much a trope.
she's frustrated.
Completely, she was a complete trope. But I did like the character, especially at least somebody had some character development in this movie. Uh, and I liked her. And it's like, okay, yeah, I kind of figure. And if you watch Naruto long enough, you realize Naruto does have that effect on people.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, the climax was actually was okay, and I still don't understand how threatening those puppets were, because Naruto was just tearing through them.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, so you're talking about waging war on a ninja world with that? Like, are you serious? Then of course they did tease the Red Fox energy for a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was gonna happen. Oh my gosh, I thought it was gonna happen, but it didn't.
So that was just
That would have been really good, I think.
hmm. So in the end, this movie sucked. What is your rating?
What is it? I don't know too much about anime to give it like a nice solid rating. What, a 3 out of 5?
I was gonna give it a two.
Goodness.
Two, and I don't hand them out like that unless the movie actually sucks.
I'll just hand out twos.
And you're lucky. I mean, you get a one, that means it moves really bad. But anyways, guys, in the comment section below, let me know what your thoughts are on Naruto Shippuden the movie, The Lost Tower. Did you like it? Did you not like it? If you did like it, let me know the things that you did like. And if you didn't like it, let me know the things that you didn't like. Be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what's going on this channel. And we'll catch you guys later.